That's
Wow.
all I've got for
What?
you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Sam Gilbert. Wow. What an honor to get to talk to you, brother. Let me start by saying welcome back to the channel to everybody. Community Spotlight. No better person in the G2 community than to talk to right now than Mr. Sam Gilbert across the pond. Listen to this beautiful voice.
Hello, everyone.
Wow. He's got
That's all
golden
we're going to get at the
retrievers
moment.
too.
How you doing, Matt? You having a good weekend so far?
Brother, I am super blessed. I'm thankful that me and you are getting to talk. Well, I mean, what an honor to get to talk to you, dude. I mean, I've been a fan of yours from afar for a while because I've kind of loved watching your journey when it comes to collecting because you did something that no one else really could do. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not something that can happen overnight at this point. A whole G2 production run.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. Um, yeah, a bit of a strange one. I didn't set out to kind of do that. It kind of just happened. I think I was trying to mix everything up and trying to get kind of all the different models that he's made over time. And it kind of got to a point where I thought, actually, I'm a little bit closer than not. So why don't we try and do it? Um,
Okay,
and some
that's
little things
interesting.
happened on the way. Kind of, I got to know a lot of people a little bit better, and kind of you know put more searching for posts out, and it kind of it ended up happening, which was not expected. But yeah, really good fun.
I mean, at what point did you realize, would you say? I mean, would you say you were halfway done before you started to realize, wait, why don't I just chase the whole Pokemon?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think for me it was kind of I wanted to because I think I got my first G2 in May 2021.
Which was what?
It was a wine and gold arbiter.
It's an old school arbiter, right?
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
So
Just a classic AL6.
beautiful.
Very, very cool. But yeah, I kind of thought there were enough different kind of models and styles out there at that point already. There was enough for me to shoot for, and it wouldn't be too much of a task to, get one of the Banshees, get one of the Titaniums, or whatever it might be. And it kind of went from there, really.
When you think of the rarity of some of these models. And I mean, I think we can probably talk specifics. Like I don't know why on top of my head I'm thinking AL7 Wolf. I know
Yeah,
that had to be a hard one to get a hold of. I know there's only a couple colorways of that model.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
I
know
think
some of these models cannot be easy. Your Albatross had to be hard. Like some of these models had to be difficult. What was your hardest one to find?
so. Where is it? There it is.
Is that an OG Banshee?
Yeah, AL7.
Okay, now
Um,
me and you kind of talked about this one because I tried to help you find one. We kind of stopped some old G2 team players. How
we
did you
did.
end up getting a hold of that?
It's funny because the last couple actually the only ones I needed at the end were the AL7 original Banshee and the AL7 Triton, um, and it was just as a result of posting pictures, not necessarily the actual description of it, but a couple of people saw the posts I made and were like, "Oh, I've got that color. Um,
Yes.
what is it?" They didn't realize what they had. Um,
That
not to the
kind of
point where
makes
they
sense.
not to the point where they gave me a very, cheap deal. It still cost me. Um, but no, yeah, they very kindly kind of reached out and said, I've got this
Yeah.
color. What is it? And sort of took a punt on it, and it worked out quite nicely. Interesting with this, I was part of the '90s yo-yo boom,
Yes, sir.
and this is exactly the color of my first yo-yo I ever bought.
What was
Which
your
I don't know
first
what it was.
yo-yo?
It was some crappy dollar store. I think you've got those pound shop
Nice.
over here.
Oh, hell yeah, we got dollar stores, brother.
Yo-yo that had a clutch in it and just could do a sleeper for about 3 seconds and then came back up.
We all
That
had
was
those.
yeah quite coincidental.
Well, that's interesting because, like, were those OG Banshees, were those released to the team or how were those released? Do you know?
Well, but as far as I can tell, there were some public releases. So we had these half swaps and the individual colors of this, and maybe one or two more. But the records going back that far don't really don't really show everything. So I was kind of searching around on, Reddit, whatever it might be, just for anyone that had posted anything with the words Banshee AL7 in it,
Yeah.
and kind of got quite lucky with that.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I wouldn't say luck. You worked your butt off. But
Bit of
and
both.
that was the last yo-yo you got, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, that's interesting because I know you had other like the AL7 Tross I remember you looking for.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones that you struggled to
We
find.
got we got down to kind of a weird list of just obscure
Kind of like
sing
where Fox is at.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
The really strange single runs or very low numbers. So yeah, the Triton was one. The Wolf was quite a difficult one to find.
The
The
seven,
original Elite in brass, that was really difficult to find,
interesting.
um, because just not many out there, and they were released so long ago that people have either moved on from the hobby or just don't have them anymore.
Yeah, so that is interesting that you said that people looked in their collections. They said, "I do have this colorway. I didn't know I had this."
Yeah,
But now the guy who has how many G2s do you have altogether?
130.
I I I wonder if Jake has any or had any idea because I'm assuming he's going to watch this to see your face. But how many models he had exactly, and every month a new one comes out. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like it so much.
Yeah.
Um, because I've always collected things, whether that be from,
Golden
very many.
Retrievers.
It was golden retrievers. That's not me. That's the missus. But
Oh, I love her. I love her already.
football stickers. That was the first thing. Pokemon cards,
Love it.
video games. I got into watches for a while. That was a bad mistake. And
Sounds
then
expensive, bro. Sounds
yeah,
expensive.
that's why I had to get out. COVID hit, and I don't know why, but I think Amazon just recommended I buy a yo-yo. I don't know why. Um, and it was a Magic V3 or something. So I bought
Great
that for,
starter.
yeah, 10, 15 pounds or whatever it was. And you search online for where everything else is, and a name kept popping up, and it's this guy, G2.
What is
Um,
that? What is it? What did you just pull up?
that is my loadout, so that's my party time loadout.
Ooh, that's a pre-order, right?
Yeah, that was from the pre-order,
Beautiful. I love the loadout. I have the pack fade, of course.
obviously.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Dude, I okay, so I don't want to get too far in our personal, things, but I love that Rich has your OG Banshee back in the day, your pack fade
Yeah,
Banshee. I love that. That
yeah,
makes me so happy. Uh
yeah. I tried to get his wife's phone number for it, but he wouldn't give it to me.
Lauren DeVito is an absolute sweetheart. We love her with all of our with all of our hearts. We
Yeah,
love her. So her family seems like cool people up here in Long Island. I can't wait to hang out with them. You should travel over here and hang out with us, brother. You should come
yeah. I
hang.
mean, next time.
Yeah, there is time. There is time. Absolutely. What is your favorite G2? Not to put you on the
Uh,
spot.
uh, in terms of play
Yeah.
loadout, I know it's a bit of a
Oh.
it's the latest, but it's just so good.
No, it's
There's
fabulous.
everything you want. I'm not a player really. I
Fair.
like the collecting aspect, and I don't really play that much. It's probably like an 80-20 split for me of collecting and playing. But that really sort of fits it. It's a nice size. enough power and stability to do what I want it to do. Like I don't really feel the advantage of bimetals because I'm not that good. So that's perfect for me. Um, yeah, probably one of my favorites
I think the
model.
loadout can handle whatever you throw at it. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter. It can go as fast or as slow as you want. It really, it just does exactly what you want it to do. I
yeah,
can't agree
definitely.
with you more. The loadout has probably been one of the best additions to Yo-Yo, not just G2, but to Yo-Yo. So, and I
Yeah,
think
it's been a
it kind of
very big
shows.
success, I think, for him. And I've not been around for very long, but a few years, and I don't think there's been as much hype for Oyoyo as this one in the G2 world. I think Loadout Tuesday as well makes a big difference for it because you never see the same color twice. There's always something available, so there's never that complaint that there's a one monthly drop and you can't get it because there's only 10 units available. I think he's done a brilliant job on doing those.
So, what's your least favorite?
Least favorite. I mean, some of the older ones are just a bit
It's
not
fair.
great. Um,
Yeah.
let me grab it.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
the not collab's not brilliant.
That's
A
fair.
mashup of I think it's Apex and the Triton. It just doesn't play particularly well.
I wonder how much
Um,
input Jake really had on that yo-yo.
Yeah, maybe. Early days. His design ability over the past couple of years has just gone stratospheric.
Yeah.
He's really, really good now. He was good before, but really, really good now. I
Well,
think
I
he
feel
knows
like,
exactly what he wants.
can you hold that back up? I have never seen one of those, so it was just kind of interesting. Now this is the G2 Monkey Finger collab, right?
Yeah,
That looks chunky.
yeah, it is really, really chunky. I've got a Triton there, so you can see kind of the
Oh, that Triton is
the size,
gorgeous.
kind of the same size, but yeah, real, real chunky rims. Still got the cuts in here, but a weird cup as well. There's the camera, there it is.
Yeah, seeing that yo-yo makes me wonder what was Jake putting out around the same time from there, Sam? Same time frame.
I think it was 2014, 2015. So it was the Triton for him. And so it was coming off that. So you'd be looking at kind of still doing Nessies and Albatross and maybe moving into elites and things. Maybe,
Gotcha.
maybe that. I'm not sure.
I haven't thrown the Nessie yet, or I have thrown an OG Nessie. I love the OG Nessie, but I don't know. I just kind of wonder what the how much design influence he had on that yo-yo because of recent stuff that Monkey Finger is putting out. Yeah, it's art. Does it look functional? I don't know. I guess it's up for debate to everybody.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, and I'm just an opinion. But what do you think about it?
Yeah, I would agree. I only collect certain brands of yo-yos because I can't deal with more. Monkey Finger's one of them. I
Yeah,
really like what he's doing.
absolutely.
Again,
Dude is an
one of my
artist.
favorites. But yeah, I like G2's my favorite.
Absolutely. What is like? Tell me a funny or a fun story of acquiring one of these pieces.
Oh man, where to start really? So
Yeah, I
what I
figured
got
you got a
one.
bunch.
I've got one at one. I've got a collection of little ones next to me. So this is the gnome,
The
um,
Snoz.
in a snosberry. So it's not really a G2, but it's got a G2 canister. So I thought I'm gonna have to be a bit of a wide. Do you know what a wide boy is?
A white boy. I know. I'm a white boy.
Not a white boy, so wide, WIDE.
Oh, we're gonna have to edit that out for sure, brother. No,
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
No, bit of a I don't know. It's a very specific saying over here. A bit of a wiper, a bit of a someone who not scalper, but a little bit like that.
Oh yeah,
So I
no,
had
I
to
know
kind of try
exactly.
and I had to kind of do that with this because there was a lotto and there's hardly any of them. Um, and so I didn't have to, but I went on and found the people that had won the lotto and just messaged them and were like, "You haven't received this yet, but can I buy it from you?"
Been there,
And luckily,
Sam. Been
luckily,
there,
luckily it
brother.
worked out.
It's funny. So the gnome is a Dave Adams yo-yo who
Yeah,
I'm very good friends with Mr. Adams. Uh, he got the idea of that lip from the Luna. So
yeah,
that's why he hooked Jake up with those yo-yos. The Snoz, I think that's the best looking one he's done by
Yeah,
far. Now, I have seen some crazy prices that went for. Was it Matt Dennis who spent like over $400 on one?
I don't know how much Matt spent on it, but he has a full Snosberry collection,
Yeah, I know
which is
he spent
amazing.
a pretty penny in there, and we love Matt Dennis as well. He's a super good dude. And but the Snosberry's gnome G2 folklore at this point, I don't think you're going to see a lot of those come out in the wild
No,
anymore.
probably not. No. Going back to Matt, he's probably the reason, one of the main reasons why I was able to finish my collection.
Okay,
He
great.
very kindly reached out one day um, and said, we were talking about stuff, and I mentioned what I was doing, and he lives in Canada,
Hmm.
but he's American and he has an American PO box. And he said, people don't like shipping overseas. And I was like, yes, I see that problem all the time. And he said, just send them to my PO box, and he'll go over to top up his freedom every 4 or 6 weeks. Um, and he'll grab my yo's and he'll take them back to Canada and ship them over to me. So I can't thank him enough really for having achieved that. It did make life a lot easier, and it made it a lot cheaper for me on shipping as well. So he could just do one box, whereas
Right.
otherwise I'd be getting ones and twos in from people.
Well, I feel bad that I didn't offer you that. I feel terrible. I should have.
Not a problem at all.
Matt Dennis, but straight up OG dude in the G2 community. So we super appreciate him.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, Tell me another one. I know you said you got a lineup there, so let's roll. I'm sorry, the Dave Adams.
Yeah,
I
yeah. No,
always
no,
get.
no, not at all. So we've done those three. I've got my token mongoose for you,
Oh, okay, okay. Now,
nail day swirl,
oh yeah, that's one I'd like to have.
the
I'd
boat
like to
one.
get that one. Let's see that one closer.
That was a Valentine's Day. I don't know if it'll do
Uh-oh,
it.
it
Bad
won't.
lighting.
Boy, that's a shame. We might pop a picture up. I might do some post editing work here. Probably
We're
not.
professional here.
Yeah. Probably not, but maybe.
The
Uh,
thought's always there.
that is one of my favorites. I am fortunate enough to have two swirls. How many swirls do you have? I feel like that's a question
Not
by
many.
itself.
I've probably got 8 or 10, something like that overall.
Yeah, and I know you've got a variety of them. I think don't you have a tsunami? Or not a tsunami? Oh my goodness. I thought you didn't you get one from Fox that was a swirl?
The Andromeda Quake.
Whew. I mean, see, okay, these are models that people I don't think of anymore. The Quake,
No,
yeah, talk about your Quake. Talk about your
Quake.
Quake. I'm just joking.
No, it's definitely it's a nice one. If you've got no, it was a series of currently three: the Quake, then the Aftershock, then the Tsunami, and they're bigger versions of each other. So they play very differently, and obviously Tsunami is massive, and Quake comparatively, and probably by modern standards, is quite small as well. So a nice little kind of callback on each iteration to the previous one. Um, yeah, Quake was a difficult one to find as well. The AL7 version was very difficult. I purchased two where the person said, I think it is AL7. They were not.
Dang.
Um, yeah,
No, that was done with old. And I know you kind of talked about the history being so kind of washy. I mean, we have I would call them heroes of our hobby of like Tory and Wiggs who really
yeah.
work their tails off. And Sam, I don't want to be rude. Did you work on the spreadsheet? I don't know if you did or not. Okay. I know Tori did.
Nope.
I know Alex did. I don't want to blur the history here. I know there's a lot of people who probably did go into that and do that, but that had to help some of what you were hunting for.
Yeah, that was invaluable, and it probably the kind of collection probably was able to increase and kind of proceed as quickly as it did because of that spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It made a massive difference because I previously I didn't know what I was looking for really. You kind of think with the elites, for example, there's not the four versions, the AL6 SS, AL6 brass, and then AL7 variants of the both. There's only the three. So kind of you could be chasing a shadow. Like, does this exist? And I didn't know before the spreadsheet whether an original brass banshee existed. Um, but it did. And I
Oh
had to find
wow.
that from someone, the SS version, or the the bimetal version. It was like a random Patreon drop years and years ago. Same with the elites. There's loads and loads of stuff from that, and that Tori and Alex going through just forums, old posts, just trying to get a little snippet of information and a link to something. Yeah, that is tough.
I know, like, let's say I know this is, I just want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, if I decide I want a yo-yo, usually what I'll do is I'll go to Google, Caribbean Sea grunt or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And just you can see on those Google posts Jake's old post. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that's where or I know that's where they got a lot of their information from, and Instagram, of course. Now with G2 drops, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well with the ever-changing kind of anodizers, some colors just get lost in time. Like if you go back through, it's either the G2 drops or the G squared Instagram and just scroll forever right to the beginning. There's some crazy stuff that you just
Yes.
haven't seen in years. A lot of them on Quakes and things, of just colors you've never seen. Presumably the guy's just not doing the ano anymore. Um, yeah, really weird stuff going back there. But yeah, it was a lot of spreadsheet work, a lot of scrolling, a lot of random messages to people. Hey, have you got this?
Well,
Only got blocked by one person, I think.
good
Um,
job.
so I'll take that. But mostly, people are just really kind. People are really,
Well, let's
they're
call
really
them
trying
out.
to
Who
help out.
blocked you?
Oh, I don't know. They didn't go by their real name. It was on Facebook.
Thank
It
you,
was when I was
Ella.
looking
We
for the,
appreciate you, Ella.
we were, yeah, yeah, I was looking for the Banshee, I think it was, and then he messaged me back and said he or she, I don't know, um, the number of Banshees that he had, and they weren't for sale. And then I got blocked.
No.
Charming.
Well, we appreciate you, brother. Thanks for hanging out. We like your banshees.
Exactly. But yeah,
Well,
yeah, but it's all done now. Got a few other goals that I want to complete, but
okay. Well, I mean, dude, I got blocked. I got blocked by a couple people who own the Earl Slick Goose. So it's all
really,
good. Yeah, who cares? We'll call him out. Frank Rubber Hands, I love you. No, I'm just kidding. Frank didn't block me. I love Frank. He's a good dude. I don't want to keep going back on the Quakes, but it is such a unknown part of G2 history for me. And I think that's just a model that you said that kind of, stuck with me. But so you were right. I think you're right. And a lot of those colorways are gone in history. Can you show us some of your older yo-yos that maybe you have? And
yeah, yeah,
like I didn't even get like that Triton that it looked yellow. Is that yellow and purple?
yellow and blue.
Yellow and blue. It looks
Yeah,
Laker colors to me, but of course, I mean that is gorgeous. What is the name of that colorway?
so it's called Wolverine Blood.
Okay, so it's
Um,
similar to that wolf that I gave Wiggs, the Wolverine or the Weapon X, right?
yeah, a little bit. That it's that yellow base with blue splash.
Yeah, so that's the opposite. It's blue
Yeah,
base.
opposite of that, and with drips. He did a few of them. I think there's a Venom Blood, Iron Man. I think there's an Iron Man Blood on the Quake, and there's a Hulk Blood Triton, which I have as well.
Is that a Quake? Or no, that's a Triton you just held up.
Triton, yeah. We've got this. This is an AL7 Hawk.
So what is that like a sandstone or
It's called Gravel Road, so it's a nice grey base with white-ish and black speckles. But I really like this one.
that is very different. I've never thrown a hawk either.
I mean, not
No.
very slim yo-yo.
It looks like it has like a mongoose type body, realistically.
Yeah, Mongoose is a bit beefier,
Hmm.
but it's like a little mini version, not too small.
Cute.
Um, and then my favorite kind of Nebula and Reverse Rainbow Road.
Okay, so
These are lives.
those are lives. I
Yeah.
love the life. It's one of my favorite G2, models, period. Reverse Rainbow Road. Is that your, okay, what, are those your favorite colorways?
Probably my favorite one is Gravel Road, just as a single one. But
Bring it
I
back,
was,
Jake.
yeah, I was very fortunate to be able to. I've got the full set of Reverse Rainbow Road colors. I think there's 7 or 8 of them. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
not easy to say either.
no, it was expensive as well.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm working on the full set of Nebula as well. So I think I've got a couple of packages, one in Los Angeles and one in Ohio somewhere. Um, and then I think I'll only need the B22. I think I should have all of them then.
How many B-22s were there? Do you know?
Um, I think it was 12. So it's not rare, but definitely still
12 is
difficult.
enough to that it can be difficult though, because
Yeah, it just depends on what it is.
yeah,
And that's a really good point you make because you probably find that with your mongoose search as well. Like some of them are really, really uncommon, and some of them are you'd think are more common, but people just love it so much that they're not really willing to kind of give it
right.
away without getting
Your
something.
money means nothing when you're trying
Yeah,
to get some of these yo-yos. And I mean, the number 12 stuck out to me because the AL6 B-22 Pack Storm Banshee, I it took me 7 months to find someone to have that, and it was somebody in Hungary that I had to wait months and months, or it wasn't a long time. He paid a lot of money to have it to me quick, but it was still a wait. And then now there's been two hit the market since, of course. But
yeah.
after I grab it, now that asshole George has got one. I'm gonna have to add that too. So uh I feel like well I mean show me some other stuff because I know it's just kind of show me what else you got.
What do you want to see?
Pick something that I have that you probably think I haven't thrown. What is that?
Original Banshee.
Definitely haven't thrown that. Definitely never seen that. I have seen photos of that though. Wow.
Yeah.
How many of those exist?
I don't know. I got this from Hunter Cuniff. I hope I said his name right. But yeah, really nice guy.
Hunter's a super good dude. Hey, I didn't
Yeah,
think he let G2s go though, so that's wild.
sometimes he does.
Yeah.
There's a an AL7
Marvel?
Marvel
Wow.
lighting logo.
I didn't
So that
even
was
know
difficult
they
to find.
made an AL7 Marvel.
Yeah, this one's solid green and it's got a purple Marvel logo on the middle there, like
You
it's
know
ancient folk.
Jake hates engravings too, so
Yeah.
what made him do that, I wonder?
What else? There's another AL7 Warthog
Jesus
shipwreck
Christ.
as well.
Shipwreck. What colors are those?
It's kind of a very dark grey brown base with teal, maybe a bit darker than teal, and silver swirl.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff
Yeah.
been produced over the year. One of the other things I tried to do was not get duplicate colors if possible. Um,
Wow.
so I don't have too many duplicate colors. There's a
That's
couple in there.
interesting.
Yeah, I
I
figured
didn't.
if I was trying to get the full set, then let's try and not get just a clear one or something. Try and get something different each time. So I've got a couple of like I think berries and cream. I've got a couple of and foundry. I think I've got a couple of, but mostly everything's kind of different, or at least named different. Like Blackout and Castle Black, for example. I think that's because that's what the record said.
Jake was having a real special day that day that he named Shadow Black or whatever.
Yeah, that was the AL7 Direwolf.
Oh
Um,
wow.
made in honor-ish of Game of Thrones. So it's Castle Black.
What color wolf do you have?
I've got the two.
Okay, yeah, the seven. You got the seven. I'm assuming your
Yeah.
seven's purple.
Yeah, purple because I don't have 3 grand for the Rainicorn swirl.
Man, that
I've
is.
got a Snosberry swirl.
Oh, now, dude, I still regret not selling my entire home when that AL7 Wolf went up for sale for 150 and Trevor bought it. You know, I'll probably
Yeah,
regret that for the rest of my life, dude.
yeah. It's the only there. It's interesting as well because there are a few yo-yos that I've now been able to get, but I've never seen them come up for sale.
Yeah,
And that wolf was one of them, and then suddenly another one appeared, kind of only a few weeks after I'd managed to get mine.
yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen one before that.
It might
Um,
not have been 150, it might have been 300, but who cares? You know,
yeah,
like it
exactly.
was. Do you enjoy the wolf that much?
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah. I like it.
I like the wolf too. I wish the powers of that bee would kind of revamp it. That's all I'm saying.
Once they get retired, he doesn't bring them back.
I know. Let's rework it. Let's change the name. Let's make it puppy dog, a golden retriever. See where I'm going with this?
I see
Uh,
what you're doing.
I don't like the dire wolf. I'm just being honest with you. Too big for me. It's not, well, it's not, I said that wrong. I love the tsunami. It's bigger than, or it's smaller than the tsunami. But to me, it just felt, in the hand, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah,
Love the wolf, though.
yeah. So what do you go for in a yo-yo then? What's your kind of preferred?
Oh, Lord.
Hey,
I have it all over the place. It just depends. The goose is my favorite yo-yo, I will say.
yeah,
I don't know what makes me love it so much though, and I would just be lying if I tried to make it up, you know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but have you played the 1.5?
I've got one.
That's okay. I can't talk too much about it, but I really like it. I'm only on day 3, I think, with it, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. But I do. I This is my AL7. I know we've talked a lot about banshees. What I know we're kind of going through too much colorways here, but you said you had what kind of Banshee 18 do you have? Because I know there's so many colorways of that yo-yo.
Yeah, so I've got the
You said you had some berries and cream too. Would love to see that because I love that those are one of my favorite
the
colorways.
the AL6. I've got Unicorn Road, uh,
Nasty.
Black Base
I've
and
never seen
Unicorn.
that colorway.
AL7 or so that's 7068, and it's like a really dark purple with an even darker purple
Oh,
kind of spongy splash in there.
sick, dude.
And then I've got the Bomber. Again, terrible lighting,
Is
sorry.
that red or brown?
It's green with a little
Oh,
bomber engraving on it. So it's the 7075 one.
I didn't mean for this whole episode to turn into, hey, what color is this? Hey, what color is this? Hey, what color is this?
I've got terrible lighting as well, so you can't really
No,
see it anyway.
brother. You ain't got terrible nothing, dude. We're thankful for you. We're thankful for your time. Dude, thanks for coming and hanging out, brother. I appreciate you.
No, it's
Anything
no.
else you want to spell out to the community? I feel like this isn't going to be the last time you're on with me, I hope. Uh, you can come by for a spotlight anytime you want. You know what I mean?
No, if we can get a time, we can do a Sesame Street style colorway go through if you want.
Bro, I would love that. I would absolutely
Get that
love that.
get that
It's
sorted.
8:30 in the morning where I'm at. What time is it where you're at?
2:30.
Now, you have shown, and I know we're getting off the yo-yos here, but I'm so sorry and goodbye to everybody that's leaving right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the golden retrievers for a second.
The
You had
important stuff.
you had 60 at one point, right?
We had 130
Yes.
of them.
And
At least
you
it felt like that.
do you live in the city or do you live in the country? Where do you live?
So we live in the countryside.
Okay.
So we've got three golden retrievers, one of whom it's their birthday on Tuesday, I think.
Happy
Uh,
birthday, sweet baby. We love you.
she'll be 8, and then we've got one 3-year old and one 6-month old. And the 3-year old had puppies deliberately 6 months ago, so
Yep.
that's why we had so many at that time.
And they were gorgeous, everybody.
They were fun.
They were beautiful babies. So sorry to talk about that. I just love your golden retrievers. And to know it's your wife's fault makes it even better, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
So
she's a vet, so there's always a risk of something being brought home with her.
Wow.
any day.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome that she takes care of the babies. We need good people out there taking care of them, you know? Good to know that you're in with the folks, with those good people. Bro,
Absolutely.
I think it's about to end on us. Yeah. Oh, wait, dude, we got 3 minutes. Tell us, uh, tell us your favorite Jake moment.
Jake moment. I really like the Ron skits that he does. I think they're
Me
really well
too.
thought. And they must take a lot of effort, but I like that. I just like I like Monday Morning Yo-Yo. That kind of it always comes out around about the same time for me, which is kind of on my lunch break.
Nice.
So I can watch it. That's good. I just like what he's doing really.
Yeah.
He seems to be going from strength to strength. The community's great. Um, and obviously we've got some stuff in the pipeline that is quite exciting. We're all ready to ascend next week, or maybe the
Okay.
week after, when
Yeah,
that
we're
finally.
all ascending, bro. We're all
We really
ascending.
are.
We're
And then in a few
ascending.
months, we've got your mongoose coming out.
My heart is so ready. 7075, bro. I
Yeah,
That means the same aluminum you're holding there on that loadout that you love, that's your favorite G2.
it's good. It's good.
Just want to take a minute to say, Sam, you have been one of my friends in Discord from the beginning. It's an absolute effing honor to get to hang out with you. I remember you subbing to me on YouTube, putting comments on my stuff early on, and me going, "Who is Sam Gilbert?" Seeing your handsome face, just I'm thankful for you, bro. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me today, and I'm just thankful, dude.
Matt, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've wanted to talk to you face to face, as it were, for a while. If you ever need anything, let me know.
Bro.
Um,
Bro, I'm thankful for this G2 community, and you are a vital member of it. And we love you, and we're thankful, brother. And if you ever
Brilliant.
need us, you holler at us.
Yeah. Can I do one shout out?
Shout it.
If anyone has a, what is it? What does Fox need? Is it a BAP and 117 Valhalla?
BAP and 117 Valhalla.
Please sell them to him so he can complete that collection. That would be ace. If you could do that for me, that'd be amazing.
Reach out to me and see if I have anything that you need trade wise. Holler. There are a few people that are looking for those yo-yos for Fox. Me, Trevor. I'm sure there's other people that you could hit their inbox up right now. They would love to talk to you about those two yo-yos.
Fabulous.
So we're getting kicked off. Thank you, Zoom, for kicking us off. Sam, I love you, brother. Call me if you need me, buddy.
Matt, pleasure.
Thank you, brother. Love you,
See you
dog.
later.